BaconBit. Woo!
For life.
For life.
Ride together, die together. BaconBit together.
Count the woos. Woo!
4.
We're going to count it by
I
the
can't count any
Keep
higher.
track, listener. Welcome to Bacon Cell. Oh, no, this isn't that episode. This is just a Bacon Bit.
Yeah, we're going to do a little review here, but I'm still Kent.
And I'm still Joel.
And I am still on bacon sale.
That's a
We're
good
glad to
thing.
hear it. We're glad to
Thanks
hear
for not dying, though,
I didn't
because
die.
you were a little sick.
I was a little sick last week.
It was a death's door last week.
I was telling Kit, I went and listened to just the intro, the first 10 minutes, and then the outro, and I was like, I sound terrible.
You're like, I don't even remember that night.
Oh, I really don't. It was all foggy.
You don't remember that night? You made us cry.
I did?
Probably.
I probably did. No, I was seriously...
Guys, this isn't the Bacon Bit that we release on patreon.com/baconcell.
Oh, there you go.
This is
Nice
a Bacon
plug.
Bit.
Okay, so we're here to review Bad Boys for Life.
Yep, because once again,
Bad
Kent
boys,
took us to
bad
a screening,
boys.
right, Jacob?
That's right. No,
Hey,
I didn't
Joel,
go.
Would you love to go see Bad Boys for Life?
No, thank you.
Hey, sure, Kent. I'll go.
Jake, would you like to go see that
Yeah,
movie?
let's go.
Have you seen the other two?
No. Yes, I saw the first one when I was a teenager.
Yeah, because it came out in 1995.
I did
1995,
not see the
yes.
second one, I don't think.
Bad Boys 2 came out in 2003. And here we are 17 years later in 2020 because we were all demanding.
My mom said I wasn't old enough to see it then, and it's probably still true.
So Kent has seen this movie and we have not.
Kent has seen it 6 times already.
Yeah, I went and saw last night, and I just kept asking them to start it again. Fire it up. Woo! Yeah, so Bad Boys for Life.
I really am curious.
Give us the plot
So, and wait, and hold on. So 95, you said?
Yeah, 95,
Well, this-
2003.
2003.
So that's quite a bit of time back in
That's
the day.
huge.
Because
It's 8 years.
those first 2 movies, directed by Michael Bay, were smash successes for him.
Are they just going double years every time where it's like 8 years the first time, 17 years the second time, third time
Well,
it's going to be like,
they're going to
Do
be
you know what it
32
is?
years?
Michael Bay has been asked more about Bad Boys 2 than any other movies.
What does that mean?
Asked about Bad Boys 2. Like,
Yeah,
why
because-
did you make this?
Yeah.
No,
is that- what
can
kind of
you
questions
please
were
make
asked?
another one? Get these guys back together because people really do love Martin Lawrence and Will Smith together.
They're funny together.
Like the chemistry really works. And Michael Bay kind of struck gold, even though he wasn't willing to go back. In fact, he didn't even direct this new one. And so
Did he
I think it
produce?
just went through the development closet, basically. No one wanted to do it. And then probably Will Smith saying, I want to be in movies again. So let's be in the same movies again.
By the way,
And here we go, 17 years
he's like,
later.
I need a movie where it's me against me. That's what he's
Oh,
like.
wait. He did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he did do that.
I want to bring this up because I just looked this up and it was kind of fascinating. So the budget of the first Bad Boys movie was $19 million.
Taylor Leone's in that movie.
She is very well done in that movie too.
Yes, very. She is
She's
like a steak.
She does
Very
a good
well
job there.
done.
Yes,
yes.
That's about, I mean, she did a good job. The 19 million, and it made worldwide 141 million dollars. So it
Great
got a-
90s money right there.
Oh yeah, and this
yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 2. So remember, Bad Boys 1, $19 million for budget. Bad Boys 2, $130 million for the budget. Wow.
What do they spend it on? It's not that
No,
much
did you
different.
see the movie? The
No.
car chase alone in that movie, they destroy an entire freeway. It's actually really cool.
They do it in The Matrix too, and they didn't cost that much.
Yeah.
So
All done
yeah,
on computer.
130 million for the second movie. So I don't know math, but
Well, Michael
that's
Bay likes to
about
destroy
6
things.
times as much almost.
Okay.
Over 6 times.
Sounds good.
And that only made 273
That's
million.
it?
So it got double its budget back. That's it.
Right.
And then Bad Boys 3, $90 million.
Whoa, they cut it
Or
back.
Bad Boys for Life. Yeah, they cut back to 90 million.
Well, it never made sense as a big budget. Like, that doesn't make sense. You keep it low because it's all about the chemistry.
But Michael Bay's all about the cool shots,
Yeah.
the explosions.
And it does show.
Yeah,
the money
he's
is
also
on
a
screen in Bad Boys 2. Hey, we did that show last year,
Or did we?
2 years ago.
I think it deserves
Oh, yeah, it
a
depends on Michael
revisit
Bay.
every
yeah,
year.
and I have an affinity for Michael Bay.
Let's have a Smash Michael Bay episode this year.
Smash? No.
Yeah, smash him.
I don't know where we're going with that, but
Yeah.
Bad
this isn't a Bad
Boys-
Boys show. This is a Bad Boys for Life review.
Bad Boys for Life, which is the worst title because if that should be
Because
the
they
fourth
die?
movie.
Oh.
Because Bad Boys 4 Life, right?
Yeah, okay.
4.
I get
You
what
want
you're
the
saying.
They
number
need a
4 there.
3 in the Bad Boys, but you can't put
would
it
you-
in B3D Boys because
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
Bed Boys. You definitely don't want to make this Bed Boys. What have I done? Here we go. This is off to a great start.
How'd you do that? I'll think of a pun for
Okay,
Bad
please
Boys
do.
for Life. Or
The
Bad Boys.
synopsis for Bad Boys for Life is the Bad Boys, Michael Lowry and Marcus Burnett, are back together for one last ride in the highly anticipated Bad Boys for Life.
Highly anticipated.
Highly anticipated.
17 years. I talked to a lot of people that are stoked for this one, and it's a January release.
Billie Eilish
a
wasn't
bad-
even alive then.
Is she?
Nothing
Billie Eilish
says
was
summer
not
like
alive.
January.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's in Miami, right? That's
Yes.
where they're set.
Right. And it feels like the other ones were summer movies.
I believe so.
And this one, it comes out in the graveyard of the year. Like, that's really unfortunate, though there isn't much competition. So maybe that's what they're going for. They're like, we're kind of big budget, so we'll maybe turn a profit. And it is Will Smith.
Well, 90
Gemini
million.
Man
That's
didn't
pretty
really
serious.
make a budget, but maybe did internationally.
Make a budget?
Yeah, it didn't make its budget back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Martin Lawrence is back on screen, finally.
Everyone's been calling for Martin Lawrence back on the big screen.
I heard he's wearing a fat suit.
I'm sure. No, Martin Lawrence.
First Godzilla, now Martin Lawrence. Wait, where does your hatred end, Jacob?
Martin
next?
Lawrence is starring as Godzilla?
No.
That makes sense. That's why they made Godzilla so fat.
This BaconBit. But seeing these guys together, you just don't see Martin Lawrence in movies anymore.
No.
But it seems like they never missed a day. Like, the two of them together is a joy to watch.
And
that is the skeleton of this movie.
Does this story pick up 20 years after the last movie?
So the whole thing, it's almost like a Bad Boys, the Danny Glover story.
I'm too old for this stuff?
Yeah, they're too old for this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole thing where you have Martin Lawrence just saying, hey, it's time to retire. It's time to retire. Will Smith will not say no. He's like, I'm going till someone puts me out. Ooh. That's it. Like, it's Bad Boys for life, as he says.
Is this his movie career you're talking about?
Well, yeah. But Martin Lawrence, he becomes a grandpa in this movie, and he's like, look at us. Like, I'm old enough to be a grandpa. We got to be done.
I should clarify, no spoilers in this review.
Yeah, no spoilers at all. And so I'm sorry, he becomes a grandpa. I will remove that. I'm sure that's a big pivotal part of this review. But obviously, danger follows them wherever they go, and something comes back to haunt them from the past.
Although nothing's been bothering them for 17 years.
Right.
Apparently. Okay.
No, they've been just fine.
Okay.
And apparently, Will Smith, his character has been a player this entire time because that's who he is. And it's all about struggling with, am I too wild to have a family? Meanwhile, Martin Lawrence has a huge family at this point.
You're 50, dude.
Yeah. But they make that
50.
joke. They make the joke, right? Like, what do you use to dye your goatee? And Martin Lawrence keeps calling him on, hey, I know you're just covering everything up. And Will Smith's character is like, no, not at all. But he clearly does. These two together is totally worth watching. Those of us in the critics section, we kind of had our arms folded going, oh, okay, just scoffing through most of it. The audience ate this movie up. This movie knows what it is and delivers on what it promises, which isn't much.
Okay. So
But
pretty thin plot, a lot of big action.
The plot is what I was going to get to next. Is bonkers. So whatever crazy action they had in the other ones, where you had the Michael Bay shots, where
Good
it was like
bonkers or like cliche bonkers.
Novella bonkers.
Okay.
Like, think that, because it is all over the place so much that Martin Lawrence even makes fun of it in the movie. And you kind of say, I can't believe this is happening. Granted, after I left the theater, I forgot about most of the plot because it's for me, it's that kind of movie.
Right.
But the rest of the audience, they did not care. They are laughing every second, on the edge of their seat. The other parts, there's a lot less action. Like we said, the budget is less here. And so there's a lot less thrilling stuff happening. But it doesn't even matter because it's these two in this kind of movie.
What if I told you guys that according to Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, Bad Boys for Life is the highest rated of the Bad Boys franchise?
So, not that I care, but what was 2?
Michael Bay.
So number 1, Rotten Tomatoes was 42%. Number 2 is 22%. Number 3 is 78%. Is this a 78% movie, Kent?
Remember when Fast 5 came out and it's as dumb as a bag of rocks, but critics really liked it?
Uh-huh.
We've achieved that level.
So they're aware that this is
It's
crazy?
big, dumb fun on purpose. And yeah, it's pretty enjoyable.
How R is this?
Well, it's pretty. There's a lot of blood, a surprising amount of blood, and just it's kind of like a Fast and Furious movie, but with more blood and language because there's just like bikini shots as far as that goes.
He's still doing that.
Martin Lawrence?
No. I mean Michael Bay.
And Michael Bay
he's
does not
in it.
direct this actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yeah, I don't know.
Michael Bay isn't directing this.
It's
Michael Bay?
two guys
It's not
that
a pen
direct this
name?
movie.
Well, so here's my thing: is that I just watched recently the honest trailers for Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2,
sounds fun.
and the whole point is they point out how these movies probably couldn't be made today because they objectify women and make some jokes that aren't appropriate anymore, and
Well,
could
they're
be
products of their
offensive.
time.
That's what I
right?
mean. And so that
It's
is
hard to
this
judge
movie
that.
just going full on that, like they're not even, or they're kind of
This one is more
doing
it's self lampooning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's them making fun of how old they are and how they just because half of the movie is dedicated to this new group of new cops that they're like CSI almost, and they sit behind computers and they're just cool and they're tech savvy, and they just call these two guys grandpa. And so that's the joke, is like old versus young, but they're still not really old, but they've got to stop some terrorism.
So those cops on the street today, they're all behind their computers, all those young cops.
Yeah, that's what they're
hanging
saying.
out behind their computers.
Yeah.
Not like the 90s when they went out and shot people.
There's still some shooting here, quite a bit. Yeah. But I had fun with this one. Granted, I went, come on, like 17 times.
So
but
it was
still,
like Joel watching The Witcher.
Yeah, well, no, Joel's like,
No. I was like, ugh.
which is how Geralt sounds during The Witcher.
No, he sounds like, there's no inflection.
Yeah, sorry. We talked about The Witcher before, and so now we're talking about Netflix TV shows.
Can we just
on our
spend a few
Bad Boys
minutes
review.
imitating this grunt
That was the BaconBit. That was the BaconBit, Jacob.
that he does?
Yeah, I'm going to sound like Jake here, but if you have been waiting 17 years for another Bad Boys movie, this is going to be ice cream. You're going to devour this. For people that like general action and can handle the R-rated blood, still a pretty fun ride. For those who think this is dumb and have never cared to visit the series,
You won't like this
disregard
either,
it
right?
entirely.
So where do you land?
Yeah.
A B-.
What?
Yeah, I liked it. I was thinking
What?
it's a C+ as far as how forgettable it is. But truth be told, these guys nail the chemistry, and they save the movie of what would have been some stupid 90s thriller, essentially. But these two together here, it's refreshing to see them.
Okay.
So they make it a B-. Even Martin Lawrence had me laughing. And I'm sorry to admit that.
Ken, I need to ask you a question here.
Yeah.
I need you to peer into the future as you have been prone to do.
Yes.
Will Will Smith ever have a good mainstream movie again?
Yeah, I think
will?
so. Yes. I think he's on the way up.
Like an action one, or are we talking like Pursuit of Happiness good?
I think he's done with Pursuit of Happiness stuff. He needs another big blockbuster.
And Suicide Squad wasn't it? Academy
Well, it
Award
was.
winning
It
Suicide
did
Squad
make
wasn't it?
800
When
million.
his best
But
movie is coming out in January, and he's co-starring with Martin Lawrence.
yes, but this is a return to form. It's a familiar
Don't forget
flavor,
Gemini Man just came out like, what, 2 months ago?
which was a failure.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how
He
much money
was.
they lost on that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
I'll look it up.
I think he's, he doesn't quite know how to pick the scripts anymore, but he does still know how to have a great amount of charisma.
They hit something last summer too, didn't he?
I don't think so.
He keeps releasing crap.
It's just crap.
That's true.
Yeah.
Budget of a Gemini Man budget of 138 million. Box office is currently 173.
Yeah. So not turning a profit.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon. It came out in October.
Yeah, so
it's done.
future Kent, as you told me to look into the future, we'll look back at this movie and call it a C. But right now
it's a B-.
it still delivers on exactly what it promises.
You guys ready for my punny?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, you came up with one?
I came up with two.
Okay.
Tell me which one you like. It's like more, okay?
Okay.
Bad Boys, Miami 3.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And then the second one is
actually hurts my feelings a little.
Bad Boys, Third in the Wind.
Third in the wind.
Hey, see, now you're referencing it.
Actually, I'm sold.
Yes.
You're referencing
like a
Bacon
third
Bits now,
in the
though.
wind.
It's the third movie in the wind. Yeah.
That actually is
not,
pretty good, though. Yeah.
Not B3D boys. B3D boys
No,
would
because
not
we
work.
don't like Bed Boys, remember?
No, we
Bed
don't.
boys, bed boys. No, I think that has a ring to it, Kent.
It sure does. That's
Yeah.
a different movie altogether.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for listening. This has been our Bacon Bit on Kent's review of Bad Boys for Life. Woo!
Bed boys.
But you can't put it in B3D boys because
Yeah.
then it's
Yeah.
bed boys. You definitely don't want to make this bed boys. What have I done?